Okay, y'all, so this is the how-to part of the hairstyles. The I did this some months ago, and so just bear with me. I tried to jot down some notes because I didn't. It took me so long that I couldn't do a video while I was doing it. I didn't. I think I did it in 2 days, as a matter of fact. So. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna talk about what you need to do first, and then you'll see like pictures and have some notes and stuff on there. Alright, so the first thing you're gonna need to get ready is your weave net. That should just be a square weave net, not the caps. I know they have the ones that's the caps that you do your sew-ins on. Not that. It's just a square piece, and it should be a sheet once you open it up. You'll need your crayon, your pencil, your white pencil. You are going to need your scissors, your tape measure, and what you're going to do is you're going to basically be drawing a circle, but the one part of the circle on the bottom is going to be a straight line, and that's the part that's actually going to sit here. It should be a straight line, and then the rest of it is going to be a circle around. I put some measurements in the notes. That's what I did for mine. I gave you the exact measurements of what I actually, how I cut mine out, but then I gave you roughly what it is. I wouldn't suggest doing it any smaller, but if your head is a little bit bigger, or if you want to cover a little bit more of your crown area, you can go ahead and get it a little bit wider, or if you want your bang longer, whatever works for you, but I would not suggest going any smaller. And that pencil, you'll just play with it to get your actual, I didn't have a hard time at all making the circle and then a line, so you guys shouldn't have a hard time either. I do suggest maybe the net is black, so I would suggest getting doing it under something white, because if you try to do it under something dark, it's going to be kind of hard to see the white that you're drawing on the actual weave net. So go ahead, I'm gonna let the pictures roll for the next slide, and then I'll come back. So you should have your weave net. It should already be cut right now. You need your wig head. You need some saran wrap. Your sewing pins, the flat ones, the ones that don't have the ball, just the flat ones. And it's optional sorry, that you can use a bonnet. And I suggest that you don't use a black bonnet. If you're using dark hair, you probably want to use a different color bonnet, because it's going to be hard to see again. You'll be layering the actual materials. You'll have your wig head, and then you'll put the bonnet over top of the wig head, and this is to protect your wig head. And make sure your wig head is styrofoam, because if it's not, if it's one of the plastic ones that has like the plastic face on it and then like styrofoam on the back, it's going to be hard to stick the actual sewing pins through. So you have the wig head. This is the look. Let's just say this is the wig head. You'll have your bonnet over top of it. And then you will take your saran wrap, and just like a sheet, not too big, just enough to cover the area that you're working with. So it's the bonnet, then it's the saran wrap, and then it's your cutout of your weave net. And then you're gonna secure it down with the actual flat tip sewing pins. So when you're doing that, you don't have to put just as many as you need to secure it down. It doesn't have to be, the whole thing doesn't have to be covered with sewing needles at all. But just make sure that it's going to be very hard to be able to see if you use a black bonnet and then you use dark hair. I'm telling you, it'll be very, very hard to tell what you got going on. So just make sure you do that. All right. So I'll be back with the next step. Okay, so once you have that secure onto your wig head, the next thing you're going to do is going to go ahead and start gluing your weave down onto the actual weave net. Make sure you have your weave available and your glue. Now I use two different types of weave. I use just like I think it's a 10 inch. I use a 10 inch around this way, just a regular, I think Yaki, excuse me, 10 inch. And then in the front, because I don't want to have to keep curling my bangs, I use some of that hair that's already pre-curled, that people use in like 27-piece. I use that hair just on my bang area. So I didn't have to cut it, and I didn't have to I won't have to worry about curling it because it's already curled for me. So you're gonna go around the outside edge, the very outer edge of it, and go ahead and start gluing. If you're just using one type of hair, you'll just go all the way around. If you're gonna use a different type of hair in the front, you'll just come around about to, you know, to where it gets flat, where it goes straight at, and that's where you'll start gluing on your actual your bang piece or whatever you decide. And you'll just keep going all the way around, all the way around, all the way around. You'll leave enough room for your closure, or you can make your own closure if you choose to. It's just easier for me to just go ahead and buy a closure. Well, actually, a closure came with this hair, so it's just easier for me to do it that way. I don't have, if I'm doing it on somebody else's hair, it's easier for me, but if I'm doing it on mine, it takes too much time, so I'd rather just go ahead and buy a closure. So I'll be back with the next step. All right, your next step is going to be to blow dry. You want to blow dry it while it's still on the wig head. Blow dry for about 5 minutes. If you want to, you can sit it under a doggone hood dryer if you want. Whatever works for you. It's just easy. 5 minutes just to blow. Sit there, blow on the actual head. Then once the 5 minutes is elapsed, you will take it all off of the wig head. Make sure you take out the pins. Leave the saran wrap on it. You don't have to. You can the bonnet you're done with. You don't have to worry about the bonnet anymore. But that saran wrap you're gonna leave on there, and then you're gonna blow dry again for another 5 minutes while that saran wrap is still on there. Then you can take the saran wrap off, and I'll be back with the next step. Alright, so your next step is going to be, you're going to need your nylon wig cap and some scissors. And what you're going to do is you are going to cut the wig cap in half. And then you're going to place it, open it up and place it on the actual weave. Now, your piece should be, you should be able to see the tracks. So it's upside down basically. So you'll place that, and you'll be placing the wig cap directly over top of the weave net. And you're gonna outline the weave net, so it'll be the same exact way you did. The weave net should be a circle around here, and then it should be a flat top. And you'll cut that out, and then just make sure you get it outlined. You're gonna outline it with your white pencil so that you can see, because most likely you probably will have black, so make sure you go ahead and do that. And then I'll be back with the next step. Okay, so for this next step, what you're going to be doing is you're going to need your wig head again, and you're going to place it your weave piece upside down on the wig head, and then you're going to place that nylon cutout that you just made. You're going to place that on top of it, and then you're going to secure it down to the wig head again with the flat tip sewing pins all around so that it can be secured. And then your comb, your stretch circle comb that you'll have, you'll cut off just the tip of it. It should be like I think it's two pieces that you're cutting off, and that's just the part that you would normally secure that with, so that it's because it kind of lifts up from the comb, and you don't want that on there because it's gonna make a little lump wherever it ends up on your piece. So just cut that off, and you're gonna you're going to put that on the edge. The combs should be sticking in towards the middle of it. So the outside of it should be the outside. The outside of the comb should be around the edge of the actual weave piece that you have. So again, the comb should be, if you're looking down at it, because you have it upside down, the comb should be facing inward. Okay, they shouldn't be coming out of your hair piece like that. They should be facing inward. And then you're going to secure that around with the ball tip sewing needles. And you're securing it with the ball tips because it's not going to hold with the flat tips, because it's just going to run right over that. So you'll do it with the ball tips, and that'll actually secure it. And make sure you get it all the way around that piece, okay? And then just secure it. Just if you may have to stretch it out just a little bit depending on how big you made your cutout, but it will be fine, I promise you. So I'll be back with the next step. Your last step is to actually sew the actual comb down to the first initial track that you glued, the nylon cap. So it's going first the comb. So you're gonna sew through the comb, the nylon cap, the net, and the weave. So all of that should be in your loop, okay? All of those layers should be in your loop, and it's just the outside track. Do not go up further into it, just the outside of the track, and you're gonna go all the way around and then go ahead and make sure you make a knot and secure it. It doesn't matter where it is, where you secured it. I believe mine is secured on the side somewhere. It does not matter where it actually ends up at, as long as you secure it and secure it tight. And you'll just go through the ones that, because you know it's a zigzag, the comb is like a zigzag, so the one that you can actually loop the thread on and it'll stay is what you'll actually sew on. So I hope I explained it enough for you to be able to do it. I do apologize that I didn't do a video, but it took me a very, very long time to actually do it. Again, it took me 2 days, and I was trying to take pictures as I did it because I knew that I wanted to give you some type of idea how I actually did it. But hopefully, if you have any questions, just go ahead and ask them, and I'll do the best that I can to explain to you how to do it. But hopefully I did a good job of actually explaining it, and you guys can get it if you choose to go ahead. And I don't know what you want to call this. It's not really a clip-in weave. It looks like a toupee to me. If you ask me, it looks like a toupee, but it works. It's not tight, it's not hot, it's not a full head of weave. It goes on and off at night. I can wash my hair. I mean, this is easy to wash because it's not a whole full piece. It's just so, it's just perfect. It's so perfect. I wish I would have thought of this a long time ago. But I don't like wearing a lot of ponytails, so you'll only see me bunned up. And I know a lot of ladies like to bun, and so for those ladies that like to bun, and I know I see a lot of questions about edges on kits, about how people lay their edges down. Well, I have not figured out my edges. I don't care what I put on my edges, they do not stay that way all day long. So this is what works for me to hide those unmanageable edges while I'm stretching my relaxer. Alright guys, go ahead and rate, comment, and if you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and do that. And I'll see you next time, YouTube. Bye bye.